This is The Roman Show.
Rodolph Roman of The Roman Show, my good friend Dada 5000. We're talking about this fight. Dada, you've been on my show, and I remember it was about 3 years ago you mentioned that this thing was going to happen on pay-per-view. So this has been years in the making, but finally you get your shot, you get your opportunity against Kimbo Slice in February in Bellator, and it's even better because it's on Spike TV. The entire United States and world can see this thing.
That's what's up, It's a long time coming, and I feel like, I got to a status in life to the point that I could not be overlooked. I mean, we got the #1 movie in America out on Netflix, aside from working with some of the biggest production companies in different genres, getting millions and millions of viewers and traffics and building the POIs, the people of interest, and wanting to see, something like this right here. And, Coker them over at Bellator, they seen that, hey, they are a fight league that, actually, conforms to the will of the people. So, the people had a demand for it, and we're going to put it together, and it's done.
And this right here is where it started, in the Perrine area, in South Miami-Dade County. I mean, you see the ice cream truck right behind me. I mean, this is your neighborhood. This is where you, Kimbo, all grew up. You guys had the backyard fights right here. In fact, in this same very backyard. This is where it all started. But Kimbo no longer stays around here. You do.
Exactly. It's not like I didn't have or I don't have the means to leave because I'm surrounded by structure. I mean, we have a pretty structured team, from Big Tobacco to NASCAR and to a lot of other, structured, individuals that are doing pretty well. And my job is not done. We're right now in the heart of Perrine, where individuals get killed like every day. Just the other day, I mean, give or take a couple hours from now, you'll be seeing it on social media. I could go up the street and look down the opposite end, and I could see Pine Crest, where Kimbo Slice stayed at, and he stayed in a 2-bedroom, then they upgraded to a 3-bedroom, then he ended up going and moving across the Franjo Road, before he ended up going up north. So it's like, once he started doing, better, he actually, left. Now, leaving was not the point. He never came back, and he knew with great powers come great responsibilities, Spider-Man. And he had an obligation, to fulfill, regardless if he signed up for it or he didn't. He's one of the prominent individuals, few that made it from here. So when you look at what's going on with black-on-black crime, kids killing kids, it's like he could have come through because his presence is greater, his influence is greater, and he has such an impact on these young kids that the parents don't even have. So they look up to public figures to the point that put down the guns, pick up a book, educate yourself. When you know better, you do better, but we can't change what we do until we change what we know.
One thing you mentioned about role model, and if you look at Kimbo, he does seem like a good role model, but you, on the other hand, in that Netflix movie and Dogfights, which you can see right now on Netflix, when you have these fights, you have all these little kids that come up to you, and that just shows you that they respect and inspiring. Do you think that if Kimbo were to do that, he would get that same response?
No, because he's been out of the loop too long. He hasn't come back to the community since he left the community. Frankly, the people don't even give a damn because they can't miss what they never had. I look at it like this. Me being who I am, and the things that I'm doing, is needed, is necessary. I would rather have these guys inside my backyard fighting for honest living opposed to waiting, inside your backyard when you come home from a hard day's worth of work to take what you have because they don't have many options. But here, we give them the options so that they can actually say, for the first time in my life, I got noticed for something, other than, something negative, and it's been proven. We've sent guys to that next level, and we revolutionized the way that individuals look at extreme reality.
Dada, you have two professional fights under your belt. Obviously, Kimbo does have a bit of more experience than you. When people saw you on Bellator, some of them, they said, who is Dada 5000? Of course, I knew you. All of South Florida, all Florida knew you. But what was your reaction to the critics? They said, why are you pairing him up against someone that we don't know?
Well, this is it, When you look at, a scenario like that, who was Dada 5,000? I guarantee you, because we was trending on Twitter that night. They found out very, very quickly. Oh, ESPN, oh, NBC, oh, Maximum, National Geographics. They just wasn't checking for me. Oh, the movie. So it's like they're going to find out. Those that don't know, when I pancake this dude, he's going to be the new definition of what they call pound cake. When you look at pound cake in the definition, when you look at pound cake in the dictionary, you're going to see a picture of Kimbo Slice. Pound cake, slice of cake, you get it.
Well, Dada, how's the training been going? Where are you training? Obviously, he trains an American Top team up in Coconut Creek. Who's your team? Who's backing you up? Who's getting you in shape?
Well, I'm a self-contained unit, and I do a little running here. I do a little weightlifting there, a little shadow boxing here, watch a tape here. I watch, really, I watch a lot of, the MMA stuff, and then I go and I emulate what I see. Believe it or not, I'm a freak of nature. They stopped making them like me, back in 1764. See, I've been around so long, my style is consistent with the legacy of the dinosaurs. That's why I'm Dada 5,000. I'm 187,000 light years ahead of my time. So what other people got to, pray and ask God to send them skills on, it's already programmed in me, and believe it or not, I'm going to make it look easy. And Kimbo, he could train all he want. He could eat whatever he want. He could do anything. It's not gonna be enough. Come February 19th, I'm gonna bust his ass.
But in those two prior fights, you were training for some individuals, some folks with some martial art background and trainers. But for this fight, you're not. Did you particularly find some particular jiu-jitsu trainer, instructor, or stand-up guy? Who are you depending that's gonna teach you to knock out or submit or defeat Kimbo?
Well, believe it or not, I got a couple individuals, that was good guys in high school, college, so I get pointers here, pointers there. But, this is Kimbo Slice we're talking about, I don't need much preparation for him.
So you don't spar with anyone?
No, I got my brothers them I shift around with. But one of them has a bad back. The other one, is severely overweight. So, I'm going to see how long, they could be a part of the team.
So you're taking it back to the old days, like you said. I mean, you're coming in as you are, counting on your physique, your genetics, and going to show Kimbo that you got this. Exactly.
I mean, listen, I'm over 600 pounds. Anything I hit, I destroy. I grab a part of a body, I'm taking it home. Actually, what's so interesting is this, is this. You have people, that has a list, and the list is what part of Kimbo body do you want back? Somebody said they want an ankle. Somebody said they want a knee. Somebody said, they wanted, a piece of his skull. I said, that's kind of illegal. I don't think, I can bring that back. But how about his head? Because I'll snatch it off, if I get him inside a lock,
What? Let's talk about Kimbo Slice here. What happens, despite the outcome, win or lose, do you think you guys could be able to squash the beef?
Hell no. No. It's personal, man. This dude talking about coming to my house. I told him, shit, nigga, you been gone for a while, but the address still the same. 10421 Southwest 179th Street, Miami, Florida 33157. You come here, you must be ain't got no plans, on making it to the fight. That right there is the truth. Hold on one second.
There you go.
Yeah.
So you watching my back.
Yeah. I mean, listen, I still stay with this guy left where he abandoned. You see what I'm saying? The people don't really respect him. I mean, he probably still got some individuals, that roll with him. But half the people that growed up here, they never seen him or met him before in real life. You know what I'm saying? And how could you fuck with somebody that don't fuck with you? This nigga don't fuck with y'all. What is he doing for y'all? And y'all rooting and rallying and cheering for him. You know what I'm saying? Listen, this dude is good for a couple things. Paying bribes is number one. We all seen the Houston Alexander fight. I'm still shaking my motherfucking head about the Shamrock fight. You know what I'm saying? What else? The Sub Petricelli. The list goes on and on. Dude, you really never fought nobody. You got a motherfucker that's going to stand in your chest, and when you swing, he going to swing back.
Talking about Shamrock, we all saw that fight. Shamrock, of course, he's in his 50s now. Do you think that this was set up? Was this a given for Kimbo?
I'm pretty sure, you know, I mean, and no disrespect to Shamrock, but he's 50-some years old, but he has it up here. The mind is willing, but the body may not be able, but you never forget how to choke a bitch out. You know what I'm saying? You had him flatten out. We all seen that arm go limp, you know, and you let him go. Because Shamrock knew that his career is pretty much at the end of the road. If he'd have beat Kimbo Slice, you know what I'm saying, 2 careers would have been over. You know what I'm saying? Shamrock's and his. So, you know, hey, listen, let's try to, you know, go on and put something in motion. And no doubt, you know, he has to think about, you know, his career and his family and so forth like that. So, you know, it starts to make sense why he let him go.
Howard, do you feel honorable that you are in a card where you got Shamrock and Royce Gracie, 2 of the names that basically put mixed martial arts on the map?
Of course. I mean, you know, Shamrock is a legend. I grew up watching him in MMA and in WWE. You know, Horace Gracie is a founder, you know, and yeah, I'm going to make the most out of this, man. Listen, like I said, to beat me, you got to kill me. You know, I go hard. I fight too hard. You know what I'm saying? And everything I'm throwing, it has bad intentions written all over it. I'm coming in that shit in shape. You know what I'm saying? Lungs like a well. Throw punches till the stars in heaven burn out. There's nothing that this guy's going to be able to do with me. I'm too fast. I'm too big. I'm too strong. He's in trouble, and he know he officially fucked up. This is the most that this dude has ever talked in his whole career. He's nervous, and he has every right to be.
You're right about that. Kimbo's not a big talker, but he is definitely doing it for this one. In fact, he had an interview not too long ago who apparently he kind of told the entire history between you and him.
That's falsified. I mean, he had little bits and pieces of truth, but he diluted it. He diluted it down a lot. You know, my thing is this: when Kimbo Slice ever got inside of a car to come to a backyard fight that they put together, see, it's the difference between me and him. Our hearts is different.
This is The Roman Show.